All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. And I like to say shalom to those listening and learning, and the women listening and learning in silence. I say shalom. And this lesson is entitled Jacob's Trouble Approaches. Okay? And as you see before you, it's a PDF of FEMA camps. All right? And what most people don't understand about this deportation that Trump is bringing about, they already have on the books detention camps for civil unrest of American citizens. That's already on the books. Detention camps for civil unrest of American citizens. That's already on the books. So you have to understand that this very deportation could affect us all at some point, because the scriptures tell us that Jacob's trouble is on the way. All right. So let's get into the contingency plan, the King Alfred plan, okay, that they have on the books. The King Alfred plan, Salakia. The King Alfred plan is a fictional plan. All right. It was a novel that was written, but let's look at what it stated in the novel. The King Alfred plan is a fictional and controversial conspiracy theory that emerged in the 60s, particularly with the publication of a speculative novel titled The Man Who Cried, I Am, okay, by John A. Williams. The novel includes a subplot involving a government contingency plan called the King Alfred Plan, which allegedly outlines a strategy for suppressing and controlling African Americans in the event of civil unrest. Okay, so you see that? So this is controlling African Americans in the event of civil unrest. So this is considered a fictional tale, okay? But when you go to the Rex 84, the Rex 84 plan that's on the books, this is a real plan, okay? This is a contingency plan to address civil unrest or a national emergency that will require martial law. The plan designed to facilitate detention of large numbers of American citizens deemed a threat to national security. So what you have to understand, this is already on the books, okay? So what did President Trump say? He said when he first comes into office, he's declaring what? A national emergency, okay? So you have to understand that that will enable him the powers of the military, okay, to put people in detention camps in large numbers. Okay, all right. So let's get into the PDF here, the FEMA camps. All right, things you never knew about FEMA. All right, as you can see, behind bars there. All right, the FEMA camps. Where are they located? This map is saying they're everywhere. All right, so you can look on there yourself and see where you are, and it should tell you where they're located. Okay. See that? We are on the East Coast there. All right. All right. Just take time to look through it. Okay. As you can see, they're everywhere. Okay. Everywhere. So in times of emergency, they're going to open these things up and round people up and throw them in there. Okay, just thought I'd show you that. Okay, this is supposedly one of them here. Okay, you got the barbed wire fence and stuff. All right. Okay, as I spoke of Rex 84. All right. Let's read more about that. Rex 84 is short for Readiness Exercise 1984. So this has been on the book since 1984. Through Rex 84, an undisclosed number of concentration camps were set in operation throughout the United States for internment of dissidents and others potentially harmful to the state. These camps are to be operated by FEMA should martial law need to be implemented in the United States, and all it would take is a presidential signature on a proclamation and the Attorney General's signature on a warrant to which a list of names is attached. Whoa! So right there, that's your Jacob's trouble right there. Okay? All right. Operation Cable Splicer, a sub-program of Rex 84, which was established on the reasoning if a mass exodus of illegal aliens crossed the Mexican-U.S. border, they would be quickly rounded up and detained in detention centers by FEMA. All right, that's already done happened. They've been rounding them up for years. Okay, allowed many military bases to be closed and to be turned into prisons. Operation Cable Splicer is the program for an orderly takeover of the state and local governments by the federal government. FEMA is the executive arm of the coming police state and thus will head up all operations. So that's New World Order, a police state. That's what they want to initiate in America. Babylon the Great.
Detention of immigrants by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In addition to the mass detention of immigrants by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, there are roughly 22,000 prison beds used by the Federal Bureau of Prisons in segregated immigrant-only prisons to incarcerate immigrants. Until the 1990s, border crossing was almost always treated as a civil offense. In 2005, the government put in place Operation Streamline, a program that created an expedited process for the criminal prosecution of individuals apprehended at the border with virtually no due process protections. The program expanded the number of federal prosecutions dramatically. These immigrant-only prisons are often referred to as shadow prisons, though the government calls them criminal alien requirement car prisons. These shadow prisons are managed by the BOP and are entirely operated by private prison companies with an extreme record of abuse and mismanagement, including the excessive use of solitary confinement. Shadow prisons often lack basic programming, with officials arguing that most immigrants with federal convictions will be deported and therefore don't deserve even the most basic human services. Those in immigrant detention often have even less rights and protections than other incarcerated people. As explained in this KPIX San Francisco news story, many incarcerated people become stuck inside as a result of the bureaucracy.
More than half of the detainees nationwide are asylum seekers. But just like others caught in the U.S. illegally, they too are locked up until an immigration judge hears their case. With the current backlog, that could take months, and if they appeal, even years.
We worked with an asylum seeker who was in immigration detention for 9 years.
Though President Biden issued an executive order phasing out the use of federal private prisons in January 2021, the fate of shadow prisons remains uncertain. As of January 2022, ICE reopened the former Carr prison, Moshannon Valley Correctional Center in Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania, as an immigration detention center and converted the D. Ray James Correctional Facility in Folkestone.
So what I'm stating is already on the books. Okay. All right. Rex 84, Operation Cable Splicer. We know that they've been putting the people of the Americas, when they come over in cages type in tents. Okay. Operation Garden Plot is a general U.S. Army and National Guard plan to respond to major domestic civil disturbances within the U.S. The plan was developed in response to civil disorders of the 1960s and is now under the control of the U.S. Northern Command, NORTHCOM. It provides federal military and law enforcement assistance to local governments during times of major civil disturbances. Garden Plot was last activated as Noble Eagle to provide military assistance to civil authorities following the September 11, 2001 attacks on the United States. The Pentagon also activated it to restore order during the 1992 Los Angeles riots. Under Homeland Security restructuring, it has been suggested that similar models be followed. Oversight of these Homeland Security missions should be provided by the National Guard Bureau based on the long-standing garden plot model in which National Guard units are trained and equipped to support civil authorities in crowd control and civil disturbances. All right, so they're already ready for a civil disturbance to break out. Okay, all right. Civilian inmate labor program and is a program in the United States Army provided by Army Regulations 210 to 35. The regulation first drafted in 1997 underwent a rapid act revision in January 2005. It provides policy for the creation of labor programs and prison camps on Army installations. Right. So let's look further on into this. All right. They said it is a red list and a blue list. All right. It says we are all on a red or blue list somewhere. Those on the red list will be woken at 4 a.m. and taken to camps and probably killed. Okay. These people are enemies of the NWO. They are leaders of patriot groups, outspoken ministers, outspoken talk show hosts, community leaders, and even probably net leaders. These people will be dragged out of their homes at 4 a.m. and will be taken to FEMA detention centers and killed. This will take place approximately 2 weeks before martial law is enforced. The blue list, these are also enemies of the NWO, but are followers of the red list folks. These people will be rounded up after martial law is in place and will be taken to detention centers and re-educated. Various mind control techniques will be used on them. Most will not survive. Mr. Springmeyer was not specific on exactly who was on the blue list, but would guess that people such as you and I are on that list. Yellow list, these are citizens who know nothing about the NWO and don't want to know. They are considered to be no threat at all and will be instructed as how to behave and will most likely do whatever they are told. Unfortunately, there are too many of these to be effectively controlled, so many will be killed or starved. The blacklist. I have recently heard that the red and blue lists have been combined into one and called the blacklist. All blacklisted citizens will be marked for execution. So this is showing you that there will be a Jacob's trouble and great tribulation and a time like no other. Okay. Here they're showing you the FEMA coffins. All right, that they have. All right, you see that? The FEMA coffins. All right. The reason why we're speaking on this is because Trump also stated that he was going to initiate the Aliens Sedition and Enemies Act of 1798. Let's read about it. The Aliens and Sedition Acts were a set of 4 laws enacted in 1798 that applied restrictions to immigration and speech in the United States. Okay, that's talking about free speech, okay, and immigration. All right. The Nationalization Act of 1798 increased the requirements to seek citizenship. The Alien Friends Act of 1798 allowed the president to imprison and deport non-citizens. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798 gave the president additional powers to detain non-citizens during times of war, and the Sedition Act of 1798 criminalized false and malicious statements about the federal government. And this is also the reason why he's bringing this forth, because they want to get a hold on the free speech, all right, on the internet and social media. Okay. So all of these laws or um, implementations, the King Alfred plan, the Rex 84, all right, all of this are in place in order to be able to control the citizens of America. And we're at that point. We reached that point where they want to bring forth unrighteous decrees. That's the reason why they flooded America with these so-called immigrants, okay, from all over the world. They even got some from China and the other countries, right? All right, the Middle East, all right, Western Asia. So basically, this was done on purpose. That's in order to bring forth these unrighteous decrees, okay, to allow them to be able to announce national emergencies and martial law. Okay. Isaiah 10 and verses 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. So that's basically what they're doing. Okay, they are bringing forth these measures. I mean, and causing these immigrations to come over here. These immigrants to come over here in order to bring forth unrighteous decrees. That's basically it. They brought the immigrants over here to bring forth unrighteous decrees in which agree with their plans of a new world order, police state, all right, an eventual technological society in which everybody is tracked, okay, all right, with an RFID microchip and digital ID, okay. All right, so we'll go to Habakkuk 2 and verses 1. Habakkuk 2 and 1, and it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord said, in which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And this is the point, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, we are at the end, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, so the vision is not tarrying anymore. Okay, all of these tokens are pouring forth. All of these prophecies. Okay, all right. Ezekiel 12 in verse 22, and it reads, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease. They shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand in effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, saith the Lord power. Again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesies of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. And we're living in that time where this prophecy is being fulfilled. Okay. Ecclesiastes 12 and 1, and it reads, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. And that's what is coming upon us now, evil days. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. You have no pleasure in the days to come, so you're not going to serve the Most High. That's basically what that's saying. You're not going to seek after the Lord during this time. All right. So we have to repent and turn to the Most High and seek Him, because that's going to be our stability. Okay. Isaiah 33:6. 33:6, and it reads, "In wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." So you have to seek this wisdom out of the scriptures. Okay. But the Lord speaks of this evil day that's coming. All right. And prophesies and says it will not be prolonged. All right. Ezekiel chapter 7:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord power unto the land of Israel, and the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And my eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Verse 5. Thus saith the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come, it watches for thee, behold, it come. So what you have to understand is that the Lord has a day when he's going to send evil in the earth. Okay, and we're coming upon that time. All right. And I believe that Donald Trump is the man to bring this forth. All right. All right. This current president coming up. All right. All right. So you've seen the video that I played at first. I mean, the reading that I did at first about the FEMA camp. So let's go to Zephaniah. We'll start at 14. Zephaniah 1:14. The great day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is near. It is near, and it hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man, shall cry there bitterly. It's going to be a terrible time. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress. Trouble is coming, okay? A day of wasteness and desolation. All right? Keep that in mind. Wasteness and desolation. A day of darkness and gloominess. A day of clouds and thick darkness. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. So when you go to Strong's H1219, when it says fenced, all right, that is Bat Sayar. That's what that means in the Hebrew, and it means to gather, to restrain, to fence, to fortify, make inaccessible, to enclose. So that's what's going to happen. Okay, they're going to basically fence in a lot of areas, and you're not going to be able to go in or come out. All right, and he's talking about these detention centers. All right, and we just showed you that there are FEMA camps all over America. Okay, so the Bible is telling us about these fenced cities, right, and high towers. Okay, we know that those are prisons. Sound like a prison to me. Okay, so let's go to we'll go to Ecclesiastes 3:15. All right, because this has been done before, and the Lord is telling us that everything is reincarnated. All right. All right, let's read Ecclesiastes 3:15. It says, let me highlight that. That which has been is now, and that which is to be has already been. and the Most High required the past. Okay, so the past that we're looking at here is what you have to understand is 70 AD. In 70 AD, the Romans in 70 AD, the Romans sacked Jerusalem. Okay, let's take a look at that real quick. And before that, after that, Salakia, after that, this tribe of Judah was driven out of Europe. You understand? Okay, and it was done violently. Okay, all right. So you have to understand that. So what has, as we just read in Ecclesiastes 3:15. Let's go to it again. That which has been is now, and that which is to be has already been, and the Most High required that which is past. Okay, so the Lord requires that which is past. So we know it happened in 70 AD. The Romans put stakes all around Jerusalem and starved the people out. Okay, all right, and put them to death, and then put them in chains and took them to work into servitude and slavery. All right, and Yahushua warned us of this. Okay, all right. All right, this happened also in 70 AD. Yahushua warned his people, the Israelites that were in Jerusalem, all right, tribe of Judah, all right, Benjamin and Levi, all right, Matthew 24:15, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay, so we're approaching that time again. Okay, and let's look at the abomination. That was the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel is the Romans. Okay, they would come in and desecrate Jerusalem. All right, okay, and bring idolatry into Jerusalem. Okay, idolatry. Okay, and desolation meaning destroy. So let's look at that word. Let's examine that word a little bit. Desolation. Okay, it is G2049. All right, in the Greek, and it's the Roman army, and desolation meaning to make desolate, to lay waste, to spoil, to ruin, to strip her of treasure. That's what happened. They got spoiled, stripped of treasure. Okay, and so forth. And this happened also, like I said, to the so-called tribe of Judah that was in Europe. Okay, all right. So it happened then. It happened twice, and the Lord is bringing it back again during our time. Okay, as we can see that these are the decrees that are going forth that we are hearing. Okay, detention centers and such. Okay, all right. We're talking 11 million immigrants. So that's going to affect us. Okay, I can tell you right now. All right. So let's go to Luke 21:20. And it reads, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Okay, so he's talking about the same event all right, in 70 AD. And the Lord required the pass, and we're seeing this unfold before our eyes, all right, that they are, Trump is stating that he wants to declare a national emergency and have the military, along with ICE, round up all the people that they sent over here, all right, okay, and ones that have been here illegally previously in previous years. Okay, going back, you got people that have been over here for years and years, had children and all that. Okay, so it's going to be terrible. All right, which brings me to Jeremiah 30. All right, Jeremiah 30 and verses 5. For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So this is that time, all right, that has been prophesied, that it will be a time like no other for the children of Israel. All right, we'll go to Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So this is what is taking place. All right, Jacob's trouble is on the way, great tribulation. All right, they already have on the books where they're going to round up citizens. Okay, in the case of civil unrest, they set it up. They had all these people come over here. Okay, all right, and they paid them to live here legally. Okay, and now they're stripping them of their ability to live here. So what do you think is going to happen? Chaos. All right, so this was orchestrated, all right, in order to bring forth draconian, unrighteous laws. Okay, and they already have laws on the books. Rex 84, just going over that again. Rex 84. All right, the King Alfred plan, which was fictional, but still is in there. All right, the Operation Garden, was it Garden Plot, and many more. All right, so Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepeth, and arise from the dead, and the Hamashiach shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Okay, all right, so we're approaching an evil time. All right, so we got to seek the Lord, and he will be with us. All right, Isaiah 43 and verses 1. But now thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. For I am Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, thy power, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Seba for thee. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore will I give men for thee, and people for thy life. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. And we are in the west. I will say to the north, give up, and the south, keep not back. Bring my son from afar, and my daughters from the ends of the earth. And with that I say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikakwadash. Shalom.